Hi, it's Stacy with As the Tea Brews. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about one of my new favorite teas, and that tea is from Old Barrel Tea Company, and it is called Banana Bread Coffee, and it is a pu'er. And this tea is delicious. You probably have to at least like coffee a little bit to like this tea, but it is very yummy and it doesn't really taste like you're drinking coffee. It is just a really nice blend of flavors. So we're gonna talk about it, but first I need to pour my tea out because otherwise it's going to end up over steeping. I have steeped this for 10 minutes and I used my little steeper from Tea Runners because I wanted to be able to look at the tea, and I'll show you guys in a minute a close-up of that because I already filmed making the tea and having it brew. So in the meantime, you can, so here's one more look before I pour it into my cup, and I actually have some errands to run today, so I am pouring it into a to-go cup from David's Tea. So I have my tea left in my steeper, and I don't know that I would always use two separate things to steep something to go. I use a cup with a strainer most of the time, but since I was going to be filming a video, I wanted to go ahead and show you guys what the tea looked like, since it was not going to be in a clear container anymore after I poured it in. So it smells delicious. It smells sweet, reminiscent of banana and coffee at the same time. So these are the tasting notes according to their website. Decadent, gooey banana bread, coffee, subtle cinnamon. I love that this company really focuses on health. I haven't mentioned it yet, but I really wanted to tell you guys a little bit about their company. It's 4 women who started the company, and it is female owned and run, and I just think that that's awesome. And one of the owners is a cancer survivor, and so they really focus on the health benefits of teas and honey. I think that knowing the health benefits of things and doing things to keep our body and minds healthy is really important, and so I am paying more attention to that these days, I guess. And so that's one of the reasons I've ordered several of their honeys. I think I have 3 out of the 4 that they currently offer. They do change those seasonally or every so often, but the 4 that they offer right now, I have 3 of the 4, and I now I'm feeling like I need the 4th one because I've seen a lot of people say that it's really good in the pumpkin teas. And so I'm sure while any of the honeys are good in any of the teas, some of them really bring out certain flavors. So this particular tea, it mentions drink to get antioxidants, protect the heart and brain, boost metabolism, reduce bloating and promote digestion, promote immunity and longevity, improve focus, energy, and mood. In a nutshell, this decadent blend is reminiscent gooey banana bread with a cup of coffee. It is energizing for the body and mind, supports immunity and longevity, and is great for metabolism and digestion. And so when I've had this tea before, I believe I added a little bit of their sunflower honey because that was the first one that I had. I didn't have the other ones, and it was really, really good with that. Before I go ahead and tell you about what I think about the taste of this, I am going to add in the clips of making the tea and close-ups of the tea brewing. So here's an up close of this tea. You can see the chunks of banana, and you can see the whole coffee beans and the pu'er. You can see the calendula flowers. So I'm just going to add 2 teaspoons of this tea to my steeper. And I'm using the steeper from Tea Runners today just because I want to be able to see the tea and what happens to it, because I think that's a lot of fun. But I'm going to transfer it to another cup when I'm done so that I can take it with me when I go run my errands. Now I'm going to add some water, 200-degree water. Okay, so I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes. This tea says to steep it for 5 to 10 minutes, and then I will be back. So here's what the label looks like. It says 1 to 2 teaspoons per 8 ounces hot water, steep 7 to 10 minutes, and then it lists the ingredients. And the ingredients are pu'er tea, red rooibos, banana, Durango Coffee Company ground coffee, Durango Coffee Company whole bean coffee, calendula, cinnamon bark, and natural flavors. I love that they don't add artificial sweeteners to these and that you can add your own honey. or other sweetener to bring out the flavor. So this is the front of the label: banana bread coffee pu'er, high caffeine, bold, creamy, dessert-like. It says enjoy hot or iced with a spoonful of honey and a dash of cream. Can we just take a moment to see how fun it is to watch the tea steeping and dancing around in there? Look how pretty and rich that color is. It's nice amber. Okay, so I am going to sip this tea without any honey or sweetener first. And what I get is like this naturally sweet from the bananas taste. I get the banana and I get the coffee. And there's I'm not really getting much cinnamon flavor in it, but maybe that depends on what you actually get in your scoop of tea when you make it. I think I ended up steeping about 14 ounces of this, and I used 2 teaspoons. And the container does say 1 to 2 teaspoons per 8 ounces. The 2 teaspoons is plenty flavorful enough for me with the 14 ounces of water. Okay, so this is really good. I would just drink this plain. But I have been reading a lot more about the benefits of honey, and so I've been adding a little bit of honey to my teas more often, especially the teas that don't already have an added sweetener. So a lot of the teas that I've talked about on the channel have sweeteners in them already, like David's tea adds natural sweeteners, and so I very rarely ever need to add any sweetener to those. But these, I don't know that they need, this definitely doesn't need any sweetener, but I have found with several of their teas that just a little bit, even like half a teaspoon or less of honey, really enhances the flavors in the tea. And I know that I'm doing something good for my body instead of putting artificial sweeteners in. I actually found myself the other day, we made a little pot of s'mores chai from David's tea, and I love that tea, but I was really noticing how artificial it tasted with the aftertaste, and I don't know that I'm really loving that all the time. I still love that tea, and I love a lot of the teas that have the sweeteners added, but I think I'm starting to prefer the teas that don't have the sweeteners and add just a little bit of honey myself. And so today what I wanted to try this with was their avocado honey. Very dark honey. It smells like molasses. And so to me, this honey would be really good added to a pu'er or like any kind of fall tea. So the Old Barrel Tea Company website has a blog called A Dose of Positivity. They have recipes, they have a lot of articles about the benefits of tea, honey, different spotlights on teas and honeys, and other things. And so I've really enjoyed looking through a lot of their articles. I found this one that talked about some of the benefits of honey, and I wanted to read to you guys a few of the things that it said. It says honey may have therapeutic benefits for diabetes and blood sugar regulation. Honey has anti-cancer properties. Honey may soothe asthma symptoms. Honey promotes cardiovascular health. Finally, you're not going to believe this. And it says honey exerts, and it has all these big words that I don't even think I can pronounce correctly. But essentially below it, it says reduces anxiety, alleviates depression, prevents or reduces epilepsy and other convulsions, inhibits the sensation of pain. And it says honey is also believed to reduce inflammation in the hippocampus, the part of our brain associated with memory. So obviously there's lots of good stuff with honey, and that's why I'm trying to use it more. Okay, so back to the avocado honey. In the past, when I've had this tea, I've added just a little bit of their sunflower honey, and it was delicious. I ordered this honey because I think that the molasses flavor and the deep, rich flavor is really going to enhance some of the teas that I have. And so I did buy their honey dipper, but I'm not going to use it right now because I'm heading out the door and I don't want to have to bother with cleaning it or anything like that. Well, we can talk about the honey dipper and the other honeys in another video maybe if you guys are interested. But usually what I do is I just kind of dip my spoon in, and this is a small spoon. It's smaller than a teaspoon. It's one that I use for like stirring little cups of tea or eating egg cups or other things like that. So I just put a very small amount of the honey in my tea. I think after tasting it, I probably could add just a little bit more, but it doesn't need any more. But I think if I did add a little bit more, it would almost tastes like dessert. So I'm not going to add it right now because I am headed out the door, but I love the rich taste that this avocado honey adds to this tea. It's it's almost like a brown sugary molassesy kind of flavor. I'm not sure why it's called avocado honey. Maybe the bees were in an avocado tree? I don't know. I'm not exactly sure because it doesn't taste like avocado. But it's definitely adding a really beautiful, nice, and I keep saying rich, but it's like, you know, like that really flavorful kind of just deep with complexity flavor, and it's adding that to the already kind of complex flavorful tea. And I think that this honey really complements this tea, and I think this honey would also be really good in pumpkin spice. I think it would be good, I don't know, I'll have to look and see, but an experiment. But so far I've liked both honeys in this. They both add just a slightly different flavor, but they are both delicious, and I highly recommend this. Like I said, this is probably one of my new favorite teas. I can't drink it too late in the afternoon because obviously if it's high caffeine, then it might not, it might interfere with my sleep later because I am kind of caffeine sensitive later in the day. But morning and up until like 1 in the afternoon, I do drink coffee and tea, quite a few cups most days if I have time. So yeah, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to say about this. Oh, so I reached out to the company and Maggie wrote me back, and she has offered a discount code for you guys. So yay. I ordered all of mine and I didn't have a discount code, so I paid full price for mine. But you guys can get 10% off if you use the code As the Tea Brews in all capitals. She put it in all caps, so I'm assuming you have to put it in all caps. And she said it's just a one-time use, and I will put it in the description box below. But if you have not already checked out this company, I highly recommend it. I have loved all of their teas. I think I have 7 teas from them so far, and I haven't talked about all of them on the channel yet, but I'm sure at some point I will. Although some of them are seasonal. I'll have to do a video with another one of their teas using their cute glass teapot and honey dipper. And yeah, so I think that that's it. If you have any questions about this tea or the honey or anything else that we've talked about today, let me know in the comments below. Or if you have any suggestions for what teas you'd like to see me review out of the ones that I've gotten from my hauls, let me know that as well. And otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye. So I just wanted to hop on really quickly and tell you guys I finished that tea way too quickly. It was delicious. I did end up noticing a little bit of cinnamon as I was drinking it, just a hint, like they said, very subtle. And I wanted to mention that the banana, while it's there, it's not overwhelming, and it's just delicious. I love this tea. It's so good. It only lasted me half my trip over here, so I was very sad to finish it, but I finished every last drop.